Recording in progress.
Etaduttamam. Please repeat after me. Sevayam mayate adya yoga prokta puratana bhakto asime sakha cheti rahasyam hi etaduttamam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: that very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as my friend and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Purport: there are two classes of men, namely the devotee and the demon. The Lord selected Arjuna as the recipient of this great science owing to his being a devotee of the Lord. But for the demon, it is not possible to understand this great mysterious science. There are a number of editions of this great book of knowledge. Some of them have commentaries by the devotees, and some of them have commentaries by the demons. Commentation by the devotees is real, whereas that of the demons is useless. Arjuna accepts Sri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and any commentary on the Gita following in the footsteps of Arjuna is real devotional service to the cause of this great science. The demonic, however, do not accept Lord Krishna as he is. Instead, they concoct something about Krishna and mislead general readers from the path of Krishna's instructions. Here is a warning about such misleading paths. One should try to follow the disciplic succession from Arjuna and thus be benefited by this great science of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Tat Sat Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you to Jagannath Mandir. We are situated at the lotus feet of Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra Mai, Srila Prabhupada. And today is a new year, 2023. So many of you have come to the temple to start the new year on a good note with the blessings of the Lord. You have a good intention. I want to seek the blessings of Krishna and I want to conduct myself under the blessings of Krishna. And I hope and pray to Krishna that many things will happen nicely, successfully, and I'll be happy. Is that not your prayer? How many of you have this prayer today? Yes, thank you. You have this prayer, you want everything to go on nicely. But if you look at the old year, the year that passed, yesterday night you must have said goodbye to that year. Some of them gave a violent goodbye. They had a wild party and they did all sorts of things thinking that this is the last time I will do it. From New Year onwards, I will do the same thing in a new way. That's what happens to most of the great sankalpa people take, resolutions they make. I like to be free from bad habits. I like to be a disciplined person. I like to be a wonderful person, etc., etc. And the new year, actually speaking for many people, same things I did again. Same things happened again. The same sun is rising. and the same moon is rising, and the same people I see in my office, and the same sickening things are happening again. How can I not do the same things again? Actually, there is a serious problem. But we just brush everything. It's okay, it's okay. This is the old year, new year, let's do things new. The idea that something that is new will change everything. That is a great feeling people have. It is a positive feeling. It's very optimistic. Just like I read one joke sent to me. You see everything you should see optimistically. I am a person who does not see half a cup empty. I see it half a cup full with vodka, with rum, with wine. Happy New Year. That is his resolution. I'm going to be very optimistic. I'm not going to stop drinking. I'm just going to optimistically say my half cup is full. So you see the trick there somewhere. We want something new, but we want to continue with our same habits. Old wine in new bottles, they say. Somewhere we're not willing to change. And then if you look at it really, what is the meaning of new? What is new? That's interesting for us. Why do we want something new? Why do we want to forget the old? The tendency in the material world amongst people of this world is to keep changing things and make it look new. But actually the experience is the same old experience. Just by outside changing the label, changing the packaging, changing the looks, changing the situation, changing the circumstance, you will not change your experience. Bhagavad Gita is inviting you to change the experience and automatically everything outside will change. You don't work on the outside change, you work on the inside change and you will see outside everything will be changed. You will change the way you look at things. And that will be your last Happy New Year because you don't have to live here anymore. Krishna is saying, if you're able to do that, Yadgatvana nivartante tadhamam paramam mama. If you're able to change from inside, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatpadaha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. If you understand my birth in this world, my leelas and activities in this world, they are all transcendental and spiritual. One who understands this, evam yo veti tattvataha, in truth, then tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti. There is no more need to live in this old world again. In the new world, in the spiritual world, everything is new all the time, every second. It's mentioned that everything is new all the time, every second. Nothing is old. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Radharani cooks for Krishna only one time, one recipe. She never repeat it again. This is the meaning of new. Nama vanda Happy New Year. Ade idli, chutney, sambar, ade upma, ade saur, ade sam. We are keeping eating that in different plate, in a different restaurant, cooked by a different person, with a little extra this and that. But actually it is the same thing. That is why you're not able to keep up your resolution for doing anything new, because the experience is old. Here I'm reading Yoga Prokta Puratanaha. This old science, even today if you read, it looks very new. Why? Why? It doesn't change with time. Saevayam mayate adya yoga prokta puratana. Very old science which I instructed. Where? Vivaswan manave praha manurikshwakave abravit. I spoke this 2 million years ago to sun god Vivaswan. Vivaswan spoke to Manu. Manu spoke to Ikshwaku, the race of Lord Ramachandra. And in this way, in Parampara, it is coming down. And so it got lost somewhere in between. Sakala neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. It got lost, so I am speaking this again to you. Seva yamayate adya. Again, I am speaking this to you. But I am not changing anything. It is the same old Bhagavad Gita. But why is it new even today? It is about the absolute truth. It's about spirituality. It's about something beyond this matter. In this material world only, everything will become old, old, old and remain old. And you have to change the cover, change the label to make it new. And the experience also will be the same. But anything spiritual, anything transcendental, anything about Krishna, about his Leela, about his activity is constantly new. Nava nava rasa udhyatum rantuma asit. Bilvamangala Thakur is saying, anything to do with Krishna and my association with him and Krishna consciousness is nava nava rasa. Every moment is new taste. Udhyatum rantuma asit. It rises like that. And it's so exciting at every moment. So he's saying, when I think of any enjoyment in this world, sushtu nishtivanam cha, I feel like nothing compared to what I'm enjoying. That is new. Every minute is new. Every time it is new. Every second is new. And forever it is new. Who wants to go there? You don't have to say, Happy New Year. There is nothing called Happy New Year there. Because every moment is new. This is described in the Brahma Samhita. Every step of Krishna, every word of Krishna, every look of Krishna, everything is all the time new. So we are all wanting that. But in the material world, in the material situation, in the same place, you cannot get that experience. So when we wish Happy New Year, actually you're hoping that everything will change and everything will be new. But at the end of the year, we know actually nothing much happened. Maybe coronavirus was a little new. That was the latest new thing that happened to us. And past saw a long time, nothing new happened. Same politician fellows, same movie makers, same dishum thing in a different way with higher technology. If you look at it, many things are just the same. Same sun is rising. Actually, same sun is rising. But we hope and pray it will be new. But if you take up Krishna Bhakti, if you take up Krishna consciousness, then even in this place, your experience will become excitingly new. That Krishna is guaranteeing. Nava nava rasa udhyatum grantum asit. Like devotees are telling. So that is why nothing wrong in wishing somebody Happy New Year, because we want you to be happy. Every human being wants to be happy, and we want every human being to be happy. But people don't know how to be happy. If you employ the same methods and try to be happy like in the previous year, you will get the same result. Albert Einstein is known to have said, if you use the same methodologies, you will get the same result. If you want a different result, you must change the gear. So in this new year, we should decide, I want to have a dynamic new experience. And that is possible only if I listen to what Krishna is mentioned here. Although this information that he is giving is old, my experience of that information, my experience of that activity will become nava nava rasa udhyatum grantum asit. The experience, my consciousness will change. When my consciousness change, from inside, I will become excited. From inside, I'll feel new experience. From inside, I am always interested and enthusiastic. That is why we value enthusiastic people. Everybody is attracted to a person who is enthusiastic. He has got some energy. He has got something going in him. I want to be with him. I'll also feel enthusiastic. If you awaken up your Krishna consciousness, if you awaken your bhakti for Krishna, you will see, you will become enthused. You will feel every moment is excitingly interesting for you. And the experience you get out of it, you can give it to others too. That's why we are telling people to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But that can awaken your consciousness like that. They can awaken your consciousness like that. That's why If you read the Bhagavad Gita, if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, you will see the wonderful transformation of many people from old to forever new. Completely, eternally new. You don't have to wish Happy New Year. You don't have to even use the word new because you live inside the new. You live inside the new. That stories are there in the Bhagavatam. So many wonderful stories. Dhruva Maharaj story, this morning we were talking about. Dhruva Maharaj is a young prince, 5 years old. He has a stepmother. His mother's name is Suniti. His stepmother's name is Surichi. His stepmother also has got a son, Uttama. Both of them almost same age. But the king, Uttanapada, he is very inclined only to this younger queen, Suruchi. She is very beautiful and controls the king. And she makes sure that he does not pay attention to the other wife, Suniti, who is a very saintly lady, very Krishna conscious, deep in Bhakti. So one day, the poor young boy, Dhruva, and his brother, Uttama, both are playing with the father. Father is playing nicely with both of them. For the father, there's no difference. But then Dhruva tries to climb to the father's lap. And Suruchi is standing there and says, "Get out. You have no right to climb on to your father's lap. That place is for my son. He is going to sit on the throne, not you. If you want to sit on the father's lap, you have to be born from my womb." So this young boy, what does he know? Just my father. Affectionately, I'm playing with him. I climb onto this thing. He pets me, he smells my head, he embraces me. He does the same thing to Uttama too. But she was thinking very differently. When he heard that, he became very hurt. Because it's his mother telling him. Suruchi also his mother. He respects her like mother. And she's telling, "Go." So he ran, crying, unable to bear the pain of the insult to his mother, Suniti. And she embraced him and said, the palace people told what happened to him, to her. And she cried, "For my son, he's sad, he's insulted, he's crying, he's very hurt." So she embraced him and said, "You must not think bad about your mother, stepmother." First thing she told him is, don't think bad. Don't spoil your mind. Very good instruction she gave. Don't spoil yourself by thinking bad about Surichi. Actually, I can do nothing. I have no powers with your father. But if Krishna wants, he can do something for you. He is the person who can do everything. Simply dedicate yourself to Krishna. Simply pray to the Supreme Lord and he will do for you. This son Dhruva, he was very miserable. He heard his mother and he said, "Okay, I'll go. I'll see Narayana. I'll see the Supreme Lord and I will ask him because I want to sit in that throne now. I want to sit in a bigger throne than him." He was a young Kshatriya prince. So he became very angry, very disturbed. And without telling anybody, he left to the forest. Very young boy, but Kshatriya spirit. He went off to the forest. And in the forest, he started doing austerities, penance, but don't know how to do, how to see God. So many yogis and people are doing it. So he wanted some consultation. By the time the Lord knew that this boy, who is actually a great soul, has gone with this great expectation. So he sent Narada Muni, "Go and speak to this boy. He has got determination." So Narada Muni came in the forest and said, "Hey, what are you doing here?" You're chota bacha. These things happen in the house. Don't get angry. Go back to home. Don't worry. So this boy said, sorry, dear Narada Muniji, I am not going to go back home. I have come here with a purpose. I want to meet God and ask him to put me on top of my father in a higher place. My mother told me it is possible. I believe in my mother. So Narada Muni thought he will just try, discourage him. Let's see. He did not get discouraged. He said, sorry, I'm not going to listen to you. I am determined. If you are not the person who can teach me, I'll find out who can teach me. Because I see many Muni sages and so many saintly people worshipping the Supreme Lord. So Narada Muni thought, oh, this boy is very determined. This is a very nice quality for a person who wants to perform Bhakti Yoga. So he said, I am very amazed at you. You're very determined. I will teach you. You can see the Supreme Lord, Narayana, Krishna, if you chant this mantra. And he told him, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He told him to chant this mantra. At that age, at that time, this was the mantra to be chanted. In this Kali Yuga, we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the instruction given by Krishna as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Narada Muni told him this. His boy said, okay, I accept you as my guru. And he strictly gave him instructions, follow like this austerity, this tapasya, you do this type of chanting you do, and then this will happen to you, and then this will happen and this happened. He seriously followed it. Narada Muni left him in the forest and went. Very young boy with just a kaupinam in this thing. He's growing his hair and eating berries, fruits, leaves, just drinking some water, taking a bath every day and sitting and standing on one leg and then slowly chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya and hearing it in the forest. And he kept doing that as per the instruction. Within a few months, he became so powerfully cleansed that this vibration went up to the higher planets, to the Devatas, and they all felt, what is happening? I'm not able to breathe. Somebody is doing some austerity. And everybody came to know it is this boy, Dhruva, King Uttanapada's son. It's because of him. And then, because Narada Muni had told him, you simply meditate on the Lord. He looks like this and described everything to him. He meditated and chanted. The Lord appeared in front of him. The Supreme Personality of Godhead came in a Chaturbuja form, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. He took and came in front and gave him darshan. Dhruva saw God. He saw Narayana. He saw in his four-handed beautiful form. He immediately paid namaskara. And then he started shivering and he started getting all these symptoms, tears in his eyes. And he get all ecstatic, transcendental symptoms on his body. Because the supreme absolute truth, the reality, Krishna, Bhagavan is standing in front of him. You wanted to see me. You wanted to ask something from me. And Dhruva wanted to talk, but I'm not able to talk. I'm only a 5-year-old boy. So the Lord, with his conch shell, touched his head and gave him the inspiration to talk. Although you're a 5-year-old boy, then Dhruva started speaking like a 1,000-year-old rishi with full realization and understanding. And he gave beautiful prayers glorifying the Lord. After he glorified the Lord, he told him, I came here to ask you broken glass, but you're given me diamond. I don't want anything. I have seen you. I don't want anything. Swamin kritarto asmin varam nayache. Varam, I don't want any boon. I thought I will ask you, I want to sit on a planet greater than my father. I want to be higher than my father. I want nothing now. I want to simply serve you. I am completely decided on this. I have no desire. But the Lord told him, I am very pleased with you and your bhakti, your determination, your purity. So Dhruva, you will sit on a throne greater than your father. But first you go and sit on your father's throne for some time. He said, no, I don't want it. No, because you don't want, you must take it. The person who doesn't want is the best person to be king. You will rule without attachment. So the Lord said, no. After you rule for 30,000 years, then I will give you posts higher than your father, and Dhruva Loka will become the Lord of that planet. And after that, you will come back to me in Vaikuntha. High-class material life you'll lead, but your bhakti will never be spoiled. I'll always be with you. You'll enjoy all these things and you'll come back to me also. In the end, he gave this amazing boon. Although Dhruva said, I don't want anything. Because I have seen you, you are of highest value. Darshan from you, there's nothing more valuable than that. This young boy, within 6 months' time, he saw Krishna. 6 months in that yuga. Then the Lord disappeared and he said, go home. Dhruva came alone from the forest walking. Narada Muni, after giving Upadesh to Dhruva, came home to meet his father. His father was feeling, my son got insulted. I feel very much pained that he left me, went off to the forest somewhere. I am very... So Narada Muni came and said, you don't have to worry about your son. I think he's in very good hands. Very soon you'll hear wonderful things about your son. He's going to do something amazing and make you famous. Really? So he was waiting for the news. And Uttanapada heard, Dhruva Maharaj has seen Krishna. He has seen the Supreme Lord. The word spread everywhere. He's coming back. So you can imagine the happiness of his father. Uttanapada took a big army. He sat on an elephant. He took everybody, including Suruchi. I want to see this boy who has done such a wonderful thing. Although I am a stepmother, I am the reason for what happened. I want to see him. She was feeling affection for Dhruva. Suniti, Suruchi, everybody went to meet him in the forest. He was coming alone, thinking of Krishna, crying, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Was fully changed, very happy at every moment, thinking of the Lord, the blessings of the Lord he got. When he came, Uttanapada and his whole army saw him simply walking and coming alone. He got down from his elephant, went and embraced his son and started crying. What a great personality you have become. You have beaten everybody, even greater than Brahma. You've got a post. How pleased I am with you. You have increased the fame of my dynasty. In this way, all material things also, he was telling. Dhruva Maharaj is an example of a person who actually enjoyed that new situation of change of consciousness and became completely changed. And he ruled this planet for thousands of years. And wonderful stories are mentioned about him. So this is one instance of an experience of Krishna consciousness. Yoga prokta puratanaha bhakto sime saka cheti rahasyam hi etad uttamam. This is rahasyam. How to just have happy new existence forever. Not only happy new year. Why we are saying only new year? For next year alone, you can be happy. Why? Why not? Eternally you will be happy. That Bhagavad Gita only can tell you. Happy New Year this year and after that and after that and after that forever happy. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. If you become my devotee, because Arjuna, you are my devotee, not only my devotee, but my sakha, my friend. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti. Rahasyam hi etad uttamam. I am telling you the secret of how to be happy forever. Not just Happy New Year alone. 2023 alone, I can wish you that also with great difficulty. But after 23, I don't know what will happen because myself itself, I may not exist. So I cannot tell you. At the most, I can say 23. In this way, slowly. In this way, Bhagavad Gita is giving you a happy new year forever. We must intelligently accept it. Not only for the next year, for 365 days, that too with great doubt, whether there'll be climate change, storms and tornadoes and sea level rising and temperature going up and water not being available and etc., etc. I don't know whether it will be Happy New Year, but still I want to wish you Happy New Year. It will be happy forever. That is the guarantee given by Krishna. He's saying, always you'll be happy. Always you'll be successful. Always you'll have plenty and prosperous. Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvanitir Matir Mama. In the last shloka of Bhagavad Gita, Sanjaya is declaring, wherever there's discussion about Arjuna and Krishna's instructions, wherever these two people are remembered, there will be Sri and Vijaya. There will be plenty of wealth and prosperity, and there'll be victory and success. How many of you want to be successful and be fully wealthy and prosperous? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I am offering my prayers to Krishna that all of you will be blessed with prosperity, with wealth, with spiritual life, Bhakti. So please, all of you chant Hare Krishna regularly, read Bhagavad Gita, take association of devotees, and your life will be eternally happy, not just for 23 alone. This is a message from Bhagavad Gita to you. Krishna is telling you, not only Happy New Year, Happy New Eternality forever. Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Wishing you again a happy new existence forever. Hare Krishna.
Do we have any questions? Can ask you guys. If anyone have any questions or any doubts, please ask.
Okay.
The conclusion time is always Swami for his wonderful discourse on how we can be happy forever, not only for 1 year. Thank you, Maharaj, for the wonderful discourse.
Hare Krishna. நாளை ஏகாதசி பக்தர்கள் அனைவரும் பதியில் வரை நிறுத்தம். குறிப்பாக நம்ம தென்னிந்தியாவில் மிக பிரபலமாக கொண்டாடப்படுகின்றது வைகுண்ட ஏகாதசி.
Krishna. So today's Prashadam feast is sponsored by an anonymous sponsor. They don't want their name to be announced. It's a new year and they want to sponsor on their son's birthday. They don't want the name to be announced. So we thank them for sponsoring today's feast on this new beginning, new year.
Hare Krishna. இன்றைய பிரசாத உபயதாரர்கள் என்னுடைய பெயரை அறிவிக்க விரும்பவில்லை. எனவே நம்ம அவங்களுடைய ஆன்மீக